Welcome to Apex Philosophy, the perfect place to find motivation. Be sure to subscribe and listen every day so you can become your best self. Please like and share the video to help inspire others. Don't waste your life. Life is finite. It is limited. Your time is getting shorter every second. A countdown constantly going down, reminding you to do something meaningful with your life. Otherwise, you will waste your life. You have to make the most of your life and not waste it. It is such a precious gift to waste. One of the first things you should do is work on micro habits with regard to consciousness. You can set yourself small tasks and small goals to work on each and every day until they become a habit. When they become a habit, they become part of your life and you build consistency from there. Building this consistency into your consciousness leads to impact over time. It leads you to having an impact on your life. The best way to achieve this is to set up some aims for yourself. Set yourself goals that you actually value and that you care about. Set yourself goals where you can visualize them having a positive impact on your life. If you don't care about the goal, you won't be motivated. You won't be inspired. You need to put the effort in to actually achieve something, and therefore it's vital to create goals that you value. Now, there are different sources of motivating yourself and different ways of going about doing that. The most effective way is to establish the dimensions you want to set your life across. Where do you want to be in 5 years? What are you like as a person then? What does your future look like? This is the goal. The goal is what you want your future to look like. Now, your future is a big concept to grasp. So then you need to break it down into different areas and ask questions to determine what you want out of life. What would you want your friendship to look like? What would you want your intimate relationships to look like? How do you want to structure your family? What do you want from a career? How are you going to use the time outside of your job? How are you going to regulate physical and mental health? And then, once you have asked yourself those questions, you can start to piece together these ideas about what you want from life. You start to develop a vision of what you want to do. You then need to reverse engineer your life. You have a goal. Now, work backwards from there. Figure out what you need to do to reach that goal. Then figure out what you need to do to prepare yourself for those things. You keep going back until you have mapped out the present. And then you push yourself forward on this journey. And the way to push yourself is by setting a series of micro processes, small goals that are easy to achieve. And when you achieve them, it incentivizes you to move on to the next goal and the next one after that. You have to create that incentive reward system. By achieving this, you release dopamine, a chemical in your brain that tells you you should be happy. You reward yourself by achieving, and that incentive system works best when a positive emotion is created when achieving a goal. You need to set yourself a goal, otherwise you can't get any positive emotions. The more valuable the goal in principle, the more microprocesses associated with that goal start to take on a positive change. If you deem the goal valuable or important, then it makes you want to get up in the morning and makes you excited about the day ahead. If you are passionate and you are excited, that will only push you to go further, which releases positive emotions, which then incentivizes you to go further. This is a chain reaction, and by mastering that, you can master micro habits and set yourself a path for success. The goals you set and the aims you have got are unique to you as an individual. The long-term vision you specify is unique to you and only you. You want specific goals that make you excited, that make you restless with anticipation, that makes you realise this is possible. The consequences of my efforts would be worthwhile. Aiming for this goal could change my life. Once you find that goal, you must hold on to it. When you find something that makes you feel as excited as it should, you must be restless about it. You must feel claustrophobic at the fact that you won't achieve this goal if you don't put the effort in. Doing nothing is easy. Sitting in front of the television is easy. That's why people do it. You have to feel that pain and restlessness of not achieving something. And when you can't bear to feel it anymore, you have to then figure out how to achieve that goal in order to shake that feeling. The question is why you would ever do anything. And the answer has to be that you've determined that this thing is worthwhile, that it has value. Now you need to ask yourself, where should you look for worthwhile things? And to do that, you need to consult your temperament. You need to look at the subcomponents of what you need as a human. You need to take care of yourself properly. You need friends who care for you. You need intimate relationships. You need family. You need a career you care about. And you need interests. Everything we talked about earlier with the dimensions of your life is applied to figuring out what your goal should be. If you don't have these things, all you have is misery and suffering. Once you set up that goal structure, it allows you to avoid that misery and reduce that suffering. Set up that goal structure as soon as you can. University is the best time to do it, because this is the time that you are figuring out what you want to be and who you want to become. By setting that goal structure, you are establishing the foundation for the person you are trying to be. How do you figure out who you want to be? You need to specify your goals. How are you going to hit something if you don't know what you are aiming for? Without a purpose, people just mope around, doing nothing with their lives. They waste the opportunities they have because they don't know what they want. This is wasting their lives. People don't specify their goals because they don't like to specify the conditions of failure. It exposes them, and they don't like this vulnerability. It is easy to be fuzzy about your goals because this is the same as not doing anything. Being fuzzy with your goals is the same as sitting in front of the television. If you don't have a clear goal, you don't have a clear path to follow. Without that path, you will fail. People don't want to prepare for the pain of failure. If you do not prepare for the pain of failure, you will fail all the time because you do not see it coming. By having willful blindness, you will lose time and time again, and you won't be able to handle it, and you will quit. Your inability to take responsibility will be your downfall. Don't let that happen. The path to success involves suffering. It involves failure. You need to be prepared for that, and be prepared to push past that. That is the price to pay, but it will be worth it in the end. Having a routine is vital to success. There are habits that you need to do every day, and you put them into a micro routine. Day to day, week to week, month to month. These are small steps that build up over time. It compounds into something impactful. This shows the importance of having a schedule as well as sticking to that schedule. People don't like schedules because they see them as restricting them, like a prison. They feel trapped by a schedule. In reality, they shouldn't feel this way. The point is, by setting up a schedule, you are telling yourself what you want to do in a day. People don't like schedules because it tells them all the things they have to do that they don't want to do, like chores and responsibilities. Why is that? It's because you have to put in this schedule all the stuff you don't want to do. Make your schedule in a way that you are doing the stuff you want to do. Now, obviously, you need some responsibility in your day. There are things you have to do as a respectable human being and the society you live in. But after that, set tasks that you want to do. Say 20% of your day is spent doing responsibilities, or you work for an hour and then do something you want to. You need that responsibility to ensure you are a better person at the end of the day than you were the day before. If not, then you are doing it wrong. And if you are doing this day after day, you are simply digging yourself into a hole that you will struggle to escape from. And then you have issues. And then you need to rethink what you are doing. You control your day. You control your time, so don't waste it. This is not a war against yourself. When it comes to controlling your day, you are negotiating with yourself, not tyrannizing yourself. You are negotiating with yourself because you care about yourself and you want the best out of yourself. Negotiate, not to tyrannize. Now, you won't hit 100% of the stuff you want to do because humans are flawed. Whatever you hit would be better than doing nothing. Even something like 50% is a hell of a lot better than 0%. Next week, aim higher. Try and improve yourself. Even going for 51% is good enough because you have become a better person than you were when starting off. Be productive when you can. If you have a productive hour or so in you when you are 20 years old, then that 1 hour will benefit you your whole life. It may seem small, but that hour compounds and provides a foundation for your success later down the line. Your life will be better off in the long run because of the actions you take now. People waste half of their lives, and often they know they are doing it. Jordan Peterson once asked a classroom of students who believed they wasted more than 10 hours a day. And 10% of the room put their hands up. Jordan didn't even define what he meant by waste. He just asked the question. And yet, 10% of the class self-diagnosed what that meant on their own and realised that, according to their definition, they were wasting time. People realise they are wasting their lives, but don't do anything to change. Imagine all that time you were wasting equated to money. Think about how much you could earn in a month or a year. Look, in 10 years' time, if you were wasting 10 hours of your day every day for 10 years, and say an hour of your time was worth $30, then in those 10 years, you would have earned $1,095,000. You would be rich. But you choose to waste that time. Learn the value of your time. Learn how to use it effectively. Set small, attainable goals. Build momentum, and then start your journey towards bigger ones. And don't waste your life. Thank you for listening. Comment below, what is the one thing you can remove from your life? What micro habits can you start working on today that will improve your life? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.